Every single week, I'm getting reached out by top edtech companies to promote their so-called AI engineering programs or generative AI programs, and they're offering me from anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 for just promoting these programs. And you know what? One of the worst things which they are promising? They're promising a 100K AI job offer in 3 months or 4 months of bootcamp. And I said no to every single one of them. And not because I don't like money. I obviously like money. And also not because that it is impossible to get 100K AI job offer in the few months of learning. But because what they're teaching, whatever the course content, whatever their curriculum which they're teaching is first of all entirely available for free. And secondly, that does not apply into the modern AI era. Forget about a 100K AI job offer. You won't even get an internship at any one of the companies. And I know this. I'm not just reading somebody's tweets or research paper to tell you that this is not the required skill. I have built a multi-million-dollar company. I've been in this space for more than 7 years now, way before GPT was launched. I've worked across the titles from a data scientist to MLOps engineers to Gen AI engineer, much more. And not just working, but also I've hired so many AI engineers, rejected so many AI engineers, and I know what works. So instead of taking their money and then probably lying to you, which could have been an easier option, I built a step-by-step playbook that you can really implement to realistically get a 6-figure AI job offer. And this playbook will be categorized into 5 steps. And to make these 5 steps so that you're not just consuming it, I've created a free Claude skill, which is on my GitHub, where you can just copy that skill.md, paste it in your Claude or GPT, and then it will eventually assess your whole situation and give you a personalized action roadmap for the next 6 months to implement eventually whatever the steps which you have taken so that you can get your 6-figure job. The first step, which truly separates a true builders, is to build AI systems from system to thinking architectural level. Now you must be thinking, what is system 2 thinking? So let me tell you first of all about what is system 1. Current AI models are fast, intuitive, and probabilistic. You ask it a question, it blurts out the most likely answer. It won't pause. It does not verify that answer. It does not check its own logic. It is just fast and without any verification. That is why AI output never feels just right. We can identify what is AI slop. We can identify what code is written by AI because of the system 1 thinking, of its nature of being able to predict the next token, which eventually becomes so predictable. But have you noticed that there are several kind of people who are using AI, whatever deliverables which they're giving, any code they're writing, any content they're writing, does not looks like that it is written by AI. It looks like that it is written by a senior engineer. So of course they are utilizing Claude or Cursor inside the to code something, but they're operating with system 2 thinking. So what does system 2 says? Which is slow, deliberate, verifiable models that pause before answering, that simulate multiple paths before giving you the answer, checks their reasoning before responding, and then give you any sort of output. So this is your career opportunity. Nobody is focusing right now. In 2 years, you won't be calling this an API or writing prompts or anything of that kind. What you'll be doing is building systems where AI predictions get verified before actions are taken. Build systems that will combine the system 1 thinking, which is the fast AI execution, with slow human quality judgment. So I have created a Claude skill that given any particular problem, it converts that particular problem into an AI architecture, into an ML system design that gives an idea that this is how to think through this whole system using system 2. Once you get the gist of architectures in that way. But there's a usual common problems which comes that we have so much things going on right now that it feels overwhelming that what to learn. And this leads us to step number 2, the skills value formula. The idea is very simple. You want to build a skill that is worth your time. So right now, what most people are doing, they're going from, okay, what industry is teaching X, Y, Z. Okay, I will learn that. Then I'll put it in my projects or resumes, and then I will apply to companies. Now just imagine, did you verify that those skills are worth the business time? Business goal for hiring you is either money, saving time, saving money, doing research and development, eventually to make money. So your skills should target the ultimate outcome, the final outcome of getting one of these levers. So if your skill does not outcomes any of these levers, that skill is not worth your time. It's a very simple formula. Skills equals to revenue generated plus time saved multiplied by scarcity. So if a skill does not generate revenue for a company or save them meaningful time, it has a zero value. Does not matter how technically cool it is. Even if it does, if a million other people can do the same thing, scarcity is low, so your price gets crushed. So let me help you to understand with a simple example. Knowing how to call the OpenAI API, they have an absolute zero revenue potential. Anyone can do that. But let's say that you're particularly building an end-to-end system for a particular sales team that, let's say, they have thousands of customers into their contact space. They can only reach out to 60 people a day because of whatever the budget constraints, the people constraints, etc. You eventually build an end-to-end system combining with your core ML knowledge and agentic knowledge, and what that will do to first of all give a probability score that how likely this person would respond to your outreach. Now, if the person responds to your outreach, how likely this person will consider going further ahead, and then rank them in a specific order using core ML, and then you integrate an LLM, and what that LLM does, based on the scores, based on the statistical inferences, it reaches out to them, all them via email, LinkedIn, finding their stuff from social media, and then reaching out, and then eventually doing the final selling. This has a huge revenue potential for the company. So when you build this project, this clearly shows that you have a most likely to generate a revenue or save a time. And this fits this formula so well because nobody in the industry right now is combining core ML with agentic AI to also save costs at the same time on API keys, not break the models, but also give the deterministic answer to anything else. And I always say this, that when you study a skill, I don't think that you should just study tools in general. A lot of people have a mindset to study tools, hundreds of tools. Don't do that. Go so much deep in one concept and then become a generalist. People don't get what is a generalist. Generalists are not the one who knows everything. Generalists are the one who knows foundations so well, a particular skill so well, they can extend the ideas to other domain and just end up using AI to code it out with any tools out there. Step number 3, your income is capped by your visibility. So when you run the formula from the step 2, you can have the amazing and highest skill in the world. But if nobody knows about it, your effective scarcity is completely zero because you are so invisible. The best restaurant in the city with zero marketing goes bankrupt, but the average restaurant with amazing marketing prints huge ton of money. Your career is probably the same. Every instructor is teaching about you about AI courses or anything of that kind, but nobody's teaching you about, okay, build your personal brand. Because if you think about it, I am coming and telling you do this and this. Who are you? You are my distribution. You are my viewership, which means AI cannot have its own distribution. AI can write code or anything of that kind, but AI cannot do this. Stick to one social media platform. It can be X, it can be LinkedIn, it can be anything, and post every single day with new creative ideas. So a lot of people say, I don't have anything to say. Open any audio recording software. Start speaking about your story from probably class 2 or class 5, whatever you remember from your childhood till right now. Talk about personal, professional, every single thing. And then you use a Claude skill which we have given to convert that into content pieces. Interact with people. Give your opinion. No opinion is bad opinion. Give your blunt opinions on whatever you think about it. It took me 4 years to reach here. It took me 1.5 years to get to 1,000 followers. But it took me just 2 months to get over 50,000 followers on YouTube. Very few people know about these things because you just see me getting hundreds and thousands of views on my videos and you think, okay, this guy is having something unique. Absolutely not. I have created over thousands of videos to reach here. You have the depth from the architecture level. You have the skills of things which you need to know. Now you also started posting. You need to invite people as well. Same way, build your own outreach. And that's step number 4. Build your own outreach machine. Reach out to 25 people every single day, which means 800 people every single month. Write good messages, persuasive messages. Learn about the principles of persuasion. Learn to write how to send good messages, how to send value messages. Don't try to be transactional all the time. Don't try to get something out of somebody. Be relationship driven, be trust driven, because that's something AI cannot get it from you. So let's say that you reach out to 800 people. Now you also talking to them. You're building a relationship with probably, let's say 50, 60 people out of it. These 50, 60 people will be probably at some point you can reach out to them for some sort of opportunity. There is over 1 million solopreneurs in US who are making more than $500,000. What you need to do, you need to reach out to 800 people out of this every single month with the right strategy, to the right lead, with the right messaging, and then with the right kind of offering, or maybe just relationship building. And even if you convert once in every 3 months at $1,000 to help them build AI workflows or build AI end-to-end systems, which means by the end of the year, you would be at least having a $10,000 monthly recurring revenue. In US, it is a culture to reach $10,000 revenue. In India, there is a culture to get the job, no matter if it is a 50,000 or 60,000 rupees job. Let's target a $10,000, a very, very reasonable number to target. And step number 5, very, very important. Read research papers. Every single morning, create your AI agents that can pull out ArcSci, Google News, or everywhere to tell you what has happened and pull out a lot of research papers for you to read that morning. Read at least 2 or 3 research papers in the morning. And if you cannot read, just look at their abstract and look at what their approach and look at their final limitations. Because when you look at that, you have an idea of what current businesses are working upon. So when you do that, you'll be also seeing how evolutionary thinking is happening so that you can implement those things in your systems. So right now, SBL is working on large world models to give SBL a true science of consciousness. Anton is working on multi-distributed systems to be able to personalize local custom models for specific set of tasks. So where these ideas are coming from? These ideas are not coming from a simple search. These ideas are actually buried in a small research paper limitations, in a small research paper ideas. See, there are tools on Twitter where you get something which gets viral, then you get to know. When you read research papers, you get to know a lot of things before it even gets viral. I think we have lost a trend to read research papers. There used to be a guy known as Yannick Kilcher. He was an amazing guy. I love him. He used to create videos around research papers. He has also not been posting for quite long. So Yannick, if you're watching this video, get back to it. I love your videos. Go back, create an AI agent which does the right set of things every single morning for you. Once you follow all these steps consistently for the 6 months, I bet you that you will be having conversations with so many people by the end of the 6 months that your chances of getting any sort of opportunity will increase. And let's make a new norm to earn $10,000 a month, no matter your region. It can be a US, it can be India, it can be from anywhere in the world. Let's not target our first job. Let's target our first $10,000 to hit the mark. And you can get actionable advice from all these 5 steps using Plot Skill. It will ask you a lot of questions, answer it nicely, and then eventually you'll be having your own action plan to do it in the next 6 months. I hope this eventually gets you good value. I'll be having a separate video because I have so much to share on how to make real money with AI that can help you to make over $10,000 a month as a new norm, no matter where you're from. So I'll catch you up in the next video with a little bit of unfiltered talk and something which YouTube industry never tells you.